welcome to Knitting in the City, episode 8. Happy to have you all here. If you're a returning viewer, nice to see you again. And if you're new, welcome and join the fun, I hope. I will squeeze in a quick podcast today, so I hope it won't be too long. Normally my podcasts are around, I think, half an hour, so not that long. I won't make it to an hour or 2 hours like some podcasters can do, but I don't know. I think I don't ramble that much, maybe. Although I do enjoy all the long podcasts. And I wanted to start off by mentioning some podcasts that have been very kind and lovely in mentioning this podcast, and I have been receiving loads of nice comments because of that. So first off, Vanessa from the Kill to Crest podcast. She seems like such a sweet person and makes all these wonderful projects. She is hosting a brioche knit along. I'm not sure if it's still going on. I have been doubting whether I should join it, but at the moment I have so much going on that I probably won't have the time to do so. And she has very nice taste in projects and often also chooses projects that I would choose myself as well. So thank you for mentioning me, and I am very fond of your podcast as well, so that is nice. Also, Mina from the Knitting Expat podcast, many of you probably know her. She was telling about all the podcasts she was watching, and I was surprised that she was mentioning mine. So thank you very much. See, if you don't know her, she has this vibrant personality. She makes all these very colorful projects. She also designs. She makes bags. She has, I think, a pretty intense job. She's an expat, so she travels a lot. She lives abroad. I don't know how she does it, to be honest. But she's always very cheerful and happy, and I think she's very talented. So very nice that she mentioned me, so thank you a lot. Then there were also 2 Dutch podcasts. I don't think they are podcasting that long. It is Mirjam from the Mirjam Molenbeek podcast. I will put it in the show notes so you can check them out. And Sandra from the Craftfulness podcast. And they are both Dutch and podcasting in English. So nice to check that out. And they also both have a shop. Mirjam is knitting items that she sells, like hats and garlands. And Sandra is also selling items, but she sells project bags and yarn. So I will put it in the show notes and you can check them out. I have a finished object. I made a hat last time for my mom, and my boyfriend was kind of jealous. So I wanted to make him a hat as well. And often when I knit him something like a scarf or socks, he won't wear it. So this time I wanted to make sure he would love the color and the pattern and the yarn, etc. So I would make something that he would wear. So I took him to my local yarn shop, Jawol, in Rotterdam. And he picked out some I already chose the pattern for him, which is the Nottingham hat pattern by Melissa Mall, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry, knitted with worsted weight yarn. So it's a quick knit, and I knew I had to buy some worsted weight yarn, and she always has a lot of Malabrigo reels, and I chose the Paris Night color, which is this very dark kind of denim blue with a purple undertone. And I love Malabrigo. It is a merino superwash. So I hope he will be able to wear this a lot. And this is it. And there is some cabling. I don't know if you can see. It's a bit dark. It looks a bit dark on the screen, but it's actually a bit lighter. I cannot wear it right now because of my hair. It won't look that great, so I will put in some photos of my boyfriend wearing it, and he really likes it. It's very warm, soft, scrunchy, like nice hat with a pom-pom. This one cannot be taken off like the one from my mom. But yeah. Very nice. And it's very quick, so if you want to have a quick gift knit, then this is perfect. Sorry for the sniffing. I've been feeling a bit low, like a lot of people I think are in September, October. And I even had to stay in bed last Tuesday, I guess. And I wasn't feeling very well at all. And now things are better, but still not perfect. So excuse me for all the sniffing and coughing and what have you. So I knit this on USA size 8 needle, which is a 5mm metric needle. And the pattern is pretty easy to follow. This part will take you the most time to do, but it wasn't that difficult. So that one's off the needle. For works in progress, I am still working on my campsite shawl, which is living in my The Fawn and the Fox project bag made by Laura from the Fawn Knits podcast. I've talked about this before. Also about this shawl, so I won't say much about it since you all know I am knitting on my yarn from Scotland. And it's shrinking slowly, people. Hooray! We're getting there. But I still have a lot to knit with. So right now it's getting bigger. So that is great. And there are 4 charts, and I'm now working on the 3rd one. So I'm a long way already, and I hope I will finish this in 2 weeks or less. So I can enter the Big Cozy call on Knit-Along on in the Fun Knit group. And to keep myself motivated, I have bought some stitch markers, and they are in the shape of, they are breakfast themed. So they are handmade, and I bought them on Etsy, and I forgot the shop name. I think it is Bead Passion. I will put it in the show notes. I have also some other ones, but I will show them another time. But there's this coffee bean one, this fried egg one, and then there is this cute little waffle with butter, or I think it's butter. And my favorite is the bacon. Which is this cute little slice of bacon. And I really like it. Although these stitch markers are with a jump ring. I don't know if you can see. And I like my stitch markers to be with like one ring, so it's snag free. So probably what I will do is get this one off and put in another one so it won't catch on the yarn. But so far it didn't cause me any trouble. So and I thought they were so cute, so I had to have them, of course. So I will continue working on that. I also have been knitting quite a bit on my beekeeper's blanket or quilt. And I have been putting in some hexie puffs made by minis that I got in a swap from the lovely Jacqueline. And I already loved the minis when they were all skeined up. But now that they have been knitted and I put them in my blanket, and I'm just in love with them. I would make a shawl out of any of these yarns. Lots of them are Madeline Tosh. So I have the names here, so I can remember what they are. She put all these lovely tags on. Start off with this one. This is Cosmic Wonder Dust by Madeline Tosh, and it's a BFL sock, and it's nice because it has all these lovely little colored speckles. This is a Madeline Tosh, let me see, Care, and it's a twist light. This one's also Madeline Tosh, and it's called Cove, the colorway. And it's a Tosh Merino Light, I guess. This one is Blue Moon Fiber Socks That Rock. This one didn't have a tag, so I'm not sure what this one is, but I love it. And this one is, let me see. Gink Yarns, or yeah, Gink Yarns Texas Tornado. And I love them all. So still have to weave in some ends, but I will do that when I sew on other ones. But it's getting crazy big. I cannot even show you, but it's been very nice to put this on my lap and just work on it, because it's getting pretty cold, people. Not sure how things are where you live, but here it's getting colder. And I will do another swap, so I will get some more minis. And yeah, I just love a sock blanket. So if you haven't started any and you do have some scraps of yarn, then it's so nice to work on. Especially since I have been working just on my shawl and on this hat, and it is a nice side project and you can take it with you. Which brings me to this funny story, or I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. Since I haven't been feeling that well, I've been going to my work by public transport. Normally I go by bike, but since it's getting colder and I already had a cold, I didn't feel like cycling at all. So I thought, okay, let's go with public transport, and then I go with the metro. And I always take some knitting with me to do in the metro. And I often take one of these hexie puffs to knit. And last week I was knitting on my hexie puff on my tiny bamboo needles. This one is like halfway done. It's also a Madeline Tosh one. I think it's Baroque Violet. And 2 times there were 2 guys that were like hooking up with me while I was knitting. And I was feeling a bit low, I was sniffing, I just had my headphone on. But apparently, when you're knitting, they fancy knitting, I guess. So, I don't know what it is. They were like asking my number, and if I wanted to go for a coffee sometime. Why? Apparently this, for them, is very exciting. And normally I look very like this frustrated face when I'm knitting on the metro, like,
oh yeah.
so I don't get it. And also a lot of older ladies were asking me what I was making, and it's difficult to explain when you're making the beekeeper's quilts. It's like, yeah, I'm making these tiny pockets with stuffing in them, and then I sew them together, and then I have a blanket. They never understand. So, yeah. I wonder, do you ever knit in public? And if you do you get comments or questions? And do you like having a conversation with strange people or guys? Because normally I'm not too crazy about it. Sometimes I like it when it's like an old lady and she wants to ask you what you are making, but just random people starting to talk to me in the morning when I didn't have my coffee yet. Not my cup of tea. I'm very chatty and normally a very social person, but not when I'm traveling on my own. I just want to listen to some music, wake up a bit. I guess I'm not a morning person. So that was funny. I don't have any other works in progress. I do, however, have some stash enhancements. And this one has been on my list on like forever. So I was so happy when it came into the mail. And it is some yarn from Wolle. And lots of you know it. And it is the Bond colorway. And it's this one. Isn't it just... There was a pond along, like a knit along with this colorway going on. I don't think it is going on, still going on, but I don't care because I really wanted to have this. And it's her barefoot sock base, and it's 80% merino and 20% polyamide. I cannot pronounce it. So yeah, and I might do some socks and then with a contrasting heel. But it's so squishy and I'm so happy that I ordered it and finally got someone, because it was sold out all the time. And now that I finally show you guys, I can cake this and knit it. Of course, I also had to buy another skein. Normally when I order something, I like to buy more than one, because you're also paying the shipping costs, which are not high at all at Wolle. So I think it's a pretty good deal. Her prices are very reasonable. So her service is great. She's such a nice person, and I think the yarn is very high quality for the price you pay, and there's been a lot of love and hard work in this, so I can highly recommend her shop. Also, it comes to me very quick. Since I live in Holland, Germany is next door to us, so it always arrives within, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, so it's crazy. And she has to stop making these gorgeous yarns because she's updating her shop every Friday, I believe. And she comes up with these gorgeous colorways, and then I'm like, oh, I have it. So last Friday I did not go to her website because I thought, okay, I have already 2 of these and I should not be ordering some more. But anyhow, the second one is this one. And I believe Laura from the Fawn Knits has the same colorway, although mine looks a bit different and I really like it. It's the Wild Orchid colorway. It's on the same base, and I think this will be a gorgeous pair, make a gorgeous pair of socks as well. But I'm wondering, because I want to do a contrasting heel and toe. Do you guys know how much, like, meter or gram you need for toe and heel? Because I have some leftover yarn that would look very nice with this, like this purple color. But I don't know if it's enough. So if any of you have an idea of how much I need for it to be enough, that would be great. But yeah, so happy. Yeah, these are pretty awesome. So I now have 3 skeins of Wolle and still have to knit up all of them. So Vicky, if you're watching, thank you so much for the lovely order and the lovely service again. I love it. Then I also bought some tweed. And this is a non-dyed natural yarn with merino and some speckles of Donegal nep. Well, I'm not sure what it is, but it is the tweed speckles in there. and it's a sock weight. And I was thinking about making a baby sweater for my friend because she's not really into colors like this. She would be more into whites, black, soft pastels, and she's having a baby, and I would love to make a neutral baby cardigan or something like that. So if you have, I've seen some nice patterns, and yeah, probably will cast this on soon. Then I also got myself some new knitting needles after seeing these on I believe it was a Craftfulness podcast, or also at Mirjam Molenbeek. I'm not sure, but I've been seeing this a lot, and they are the Knit Pro Zing, and they are sock needles, and it is a 2.25 millimeters, which is, I'm not sure what the US size is, but they're slightly smaller in size than what I normally use. Normally I use 2.5, but I like my socks to be a bit more tight around my ankles. And also if I wash my socks, they turn out a bit bigger than when I knitted them. So can't wait to knit with these, and I probably will use them for my bottomwolle socks. And I bought 2 pairs, so I can knit at the same time, 2 socks at a time. So I can knit the cuff on one sock, knit the cuff on the other sock, then knit the heel on both socks, and so on, so on. So yeah. Then I also dyed some yarn. I got a natural skein of yarn, and it's a 50% alpaca, 50% merino, and it is supposed to be a sock weight. But this is a lot thicker than sock weight. I think it is a sport weight. For me, it's more a sport weight. Or even a DK. But definitely not a sock weight. But it's in these autumn colors, and it's crazy colored. So I'm not sure again what I will make with this, but it's pink, and this purple, red, brown color, and then there. Sorry, my memory was full. So there are some speckles with red and purple and some green. So a nice autumn yarn. And yeah, I might make some cozy socks for inside the house or a hat. We'll see. I also got a question from one of the viewers, and I'm not sure if I can say her name on the podcast, but she knows who she is when I'm talking about the question. She asked me in the Ravelry group, which you can find by looking for Knitting in the City podcast, how I wear my shawls. And I think it's a pretty good question, because here in Holland, normally I didn't know the concept of shawls. We wear a lot of scarves, and shawls are a bit more for like a wrap when you're an old lady wrapping yourself around with like this comfy shawl, more like a blanket, and around your neck you wear like a caul or a scarf, and scarves are mostly for outdoor wearing, so not inside. But when I started knitting, I saw all these gorgeous shawls, and now I only want to wear shawls and not scarves, because I think it's very nice that they don't have the long ends, and when I wear my coat I can have it underneath there and not have all this bulk underneath my coat. So basically I have brought the shawls that I have, which are these and this one. I only have 3 shawls so far and I wear them a lot. This one I'm not wearing at the moment because there's a hole in it, and you can watch a whole lot of knitting episodes of this podcast where I explain what happened, but I still want to fix this one. It's the exploration station shawl, but as you can see here, there's some grease from the door of my car, and there are also a lot of holes, and I'm not sure what happened, but my memory was full again. So I was talking about how I wear my shawls, and to answer the question, I think you can wear it in different ways. This is the Cladonia shawl, and it's a round one like this. It's not too big. And you could wear it, I don't know if you can see. Let me. You could wear it like this. But I don't like wearing it like this at all. I always wear it like the lace up front and then wrapping it around my neck. And I like it to be a bit snug. So you can see the lace. But it really depends on what kind of shawl it is. I mean, there's nothing complicated about it. This one, for example, is the Rockefeller shawl by Stephen West, and it's a very long one. So I also like to wear it like this, and then tie this in a knot, and then yeah. But I hardly wear it over my shoulders, so I never wear it like this. Could wear it like this, but same with the exploration station. I always wear it like this. I think it's nice and warm. And yeah, depending on the colors of your clothing, it's nice to match it a bit with your shawl. But if it's an outdoor shawl, like with the outdoor coat, I don't think it's such a big deal if it doesn't match. But I have realized that if you pick a shawl that is in similar colors of your clothing, like this one goes well with a lot of items I have, you will wear it so much more than, for example, this one. Because this one is so bright. So yeah, that is how I wear them, and they're nice to knit up. So I think scarves are often a bit more boring because they can be, or maybe when you make some with cabling and some interesting pattern to it, it's nice. But if you just knit straight, or it's a very simple pattern, that can get a bit boring because you have to knit all the way across. I like it with some interesting details, like a bit of lace or some interesting color work or different kind of stitches. Then it will be more interesting to knit on. So that was it for now, I guess. I'm losing my voice again. So I hope you will have a great week, and thank you for watching, and I wish you happy knitting. Bye.